All right, you totally know enough notes to play a little song. So the first one I want you to try is just A. We're going to try low stuff because it's relaxing. A, G, low F. Now, I think those sounds are a little sharp. I think they're a little bit pinched. So, do. Now, I think you did exactly what I asked you to do. I think you went do, and then the reed stopped working on you, right? So what's the deal? What do you think? Air. Yeah. You realize that goes out the window. That's a lot of air. So start again on the A. Do. Yeah. So there's you get a lot of air through that low F. Okay? So that's what song? Hot cross buns. Good. So you can play that with long tones. Hot cross buns. Just make sure you have a really, really big full breath so that each one gets filled up with air, each note. Okay, you ready? How's your hand, by the way?
It's more my shoulder.
Okay, sure. So this is a little bit new, so that muscle's a little bit tired. It's also because as we're working over this way, I think it's trying to lean up this way. So yeah, that's okay. Drop it in a little bit. Try that hot cross buns. Now, I want you to restart because if something goes wrong, let me hold this for a sec. You can relax. If something goes a little bit wrong on your first note, and then you just try to keep playing, then what's going to happen is you're probably not going to use enough air because we just closed and held our breath for a minute. So if something goes wrong, just get rid of your air and restart. Especially on these really simple songs, nobody's in a hurry for you to get it right the first time. So just reset with that nice, full, relaxed air. All right? Got it? Go for it. Yeah, nice.
I like the bottom note is really flat.
Yes, good ear. Okay, and that's one of those notes where we get a reality check about how much air we're using. So don't pinch to try to get that to go up. That's the opposite of what we're trying to do down low, which is relax. So the only thing we can do is add more what? Air. Okay, so you're dealing with this thing. Let me hang on because I'm going to tell you about something. You're dealing with this thing called the air embouchure balance. Okay, so the lip and the embouchure pressure provides a little bit of what helps it be in tune. But the air provides more, probably 60% air and 40% lip pressure. So when your air kind of drops out of the equation, we either go super flat or the lips try to make up the difference. Okay, and that causes the reed to not want to vibrate low, first of all, and it pinches down the tone. Does that make sense? So in order for our lips to chill and be relaxed, we have to have a lot of air. So just try that low F and think do, and just really release a lot of air, okay? See how much airflow you can get through there. Good. Now try, when we did the bomb drop, we were tense, and we started to relax a little bit. Keep blowing through like a straw, keep it sealed, but slowly open that jaw a little bit and see how little pressure it actually takes. You can just keep blowing that air and it will keep making sound. Yeah. Until it's like, okay, it stopped because I took my lips off, right? Did you feel how loose you can be and it still makes a tone?
Yeah.
A little bit? Okay, it's okay if you didn't. But that's how loose we can be down low as long as we have enough air. Okay, so we have a little hot cross buns to practice at home. And then we can work on one other thing up here. And this is the range where we're going to think do, Say do.
Do.
Okay, so we're going to go Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, and we won't be able to go da, da, da yet. We can add that on later. But we're going to go E, D, C, D, E, E, E for Mary Had a Little Lamb. Just that first part of it. And think do.
Oh, wait. Did you say just...
Yeah, we're just going to walk the fingers down and
It
up.
looked like you picked up the middle.
Oh, okay, sorry. E, D, C.
Okay.
Yeah. No worries. Okay, now let me hold it for a minute so you can take a break. Now I see what's happening. It's that your top finger is actually a little bit off of the top hole. And those things are kind of small. And this hand, because of the way it's coming in, this is often kind of the problem hand here for new bassoonists because it feels different than a lot of other woodwinds. And we have to keep those fingers spread a bit. So that ring finger stays pretty straight, and hopefully that gives enough slack for these fingers to get on the keys where they need to be. So I'll keep holding it. Just see if you can find those holes again, and just get comfortable feeling the seal. Yeah. Now one thing that can actually help a little bit and helps with a future technique is that this top index finger is a little bit more on the thumb side of your index finger, if that makes sense. So see where my thumb and index finger touch together? So you can seal the hole right there, okay? There you go. And then the middle finger and then the ring finger. Now, take those fingers off and start by putting the thumb on the whisper key. All right, now I'm going to bring it across for you. I'll still hang on to it, but we want to get used to that in the proper angle. Okay, so you want to try this again? Go for it.
No.
That's okay. Nice. There. See. Nice. Okay, so we can play with that. Now, you're doing one thing, you may not even realize it because you're probably using your ear to make sure that the E happens correctly. Okay, so it's coming out with, it sounds happy. It sounds major right now because our E is actually sounding like an E natural. Would you put the fingers down to play that E and just give me kind of a wimpy air supply? Okay, just make just enough air that your bassoon makes a sound. So just the top finger, yes. Oh, okay, go ahead. Good. Now, as soon as it kind of makes that low sound, then speed it up to the right kind of air. All right. Well, I won't create a problem where there's no problem, but it's easy for that E to actually sound low if it's not being supported. I think you have a nice firm embouchure right now, and you're using a good amount of air, so you're not having that problem. But sometimes that E natural will dip down to an E flat, and that would make Mary Had a Little Lamb sound sad, so it would sound minor. It would be da 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 da. So if you're practicing and Mary sounds really sad, basically we need to think do and use a lot of air. And I think you're doing that now. Okay? Cool. So, how do you like the bassoon?
I like it. Yeah.
It's kind of cool, and once you figure out the basics here, it's not so hard, right? And then you would just need to learn some more fingerings. So one of the ways you could do that would be to use a method book. And I have this here. This is the primary handbook for bassoon, and I think that this method works really well. I'll talk about it a little bit more in a video about method books. But Tyson, I would, if you were going on with this, I would send you home with this to practice, and you have a couple tunes to practice. What were those tunes that we practiced together?
Mary Had a Little Lamb and Hot Cross Buns.
Yeah. Okay. So we're good on learning how to play it. What's left to learn about the last step after you play your bassoon?
Putting it away.
We gotta put it all away. Okay. So.